Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mythlok with your host, Nitin Nair. In today's episode, we will be traveling to Egypt, where we will be looking at a god who's had a huge influence in the mythology of the region and has been associated with writing, moon, wisdom, and most importantly, medicine. We are going to be looking at Thoth from Egyptian mythology. Thoth, also known as Jehuti, was an Egyptian god of the moon and creator of languages. He was also the representative of the sun god and was responsible for writing. The cult of Thoth was centered in the town of Khumnu in Upper Egypt. Thoth was usually depicted in a human form with an ibis head. The Greeks regarded him as Thoth the thrice great, and they attributed his name to Hermes Trismegistus. The god oversaw the execution of prisoners, weighed the hearts of the dead at their judgment, and his results were reported to the other judges. There have been millions of mummified bodies found in cemeteries near Memphis and Hermopolis, which are attributed to Thoth. Thoth has been depicted in various ways depending on the artist's intention. In most instances, he was depicted in a human form with an ibis head, and he was wearing a headdress made of a lunar disc. He can be considered as a harbinger of seasons and times through this depiction. When he was depicted in the form of Ankhar or shrew, he was usually depicted wearing the headdress of the god that he represented. Sometimes he was also seen wearing the Ataf crown. When he was depicted in the form of A'an, he was depicted as a dog-faced baboon. In the form of Jehuti, he was depicted as a human-looking creature. These various forms represented Thoth's attributes, and they are symbolic. He was often depicted holding an ankh, which was the Egyptian symbol for life. Thoth was born from the lips of Ra at the beginning of creation, and he was regarded as a god without a mother. In other story, he is created as an ibis and lays the cosmic egg at the beginning of time. He was associated with the concept of divine justice and divine order. In a story in the Egyptian manuscript known as the Contendings of Seth and Horus, Thoth was created after Seth swallowed the semen of Horus. This was said to have happened during the struggle for the right to rule. Thoth was born from Seth's forehead, and in some versions, he helped mediate the conflict between the gods. In other versions, the battle between Seth and Horus was resolved by Isis and Neg. In order to ensure that the contest would be fair, Thoth would heal both Seth and Horus at the same time. He did this to ensure that both of them would be able to compete fairly. He also serves as a scribe of the gods. The exact meaning of Thoth's name was not clear. It is believed that his name means he who is like the ibis. The Greeks and Egyptians regard him as Jehuti, while the other gods worshipped him were all referred to as Hermes. Some Egyptian city names were also based on the Greek names of the gods. The town of Hermopolis was often regarded as Seth's center of worship. He was also referred to as a lord of the Ogdoad, without a mother, the place taker of Ra, and Thoth the thrice great. Thoth was an important deity to the Egyptians. He was associated with various aspects of reality. He was known for being the creator of writing, as well as being a god of the moon, wisdom, and magic. As Ra's intermediary between the living and the dead, he often served as a messenger of the gods. As Ra's trusted advisor, Thoth was responsible for recording all the events that occurred. He was regarded as a judge without equal, and he was known for being both a diplomat and a merciless executioner. He also presided over the execution of prisoners. Thoth was still popular following the fall of the Egyptian gods. He was associated with various aspects of reality, and he was even depicted in modern works. In Greece, he was referred to as Hermes or Hermes Trismegistus. He was also known as the ancient Egyptian god of wisdom. In his book, Plato cited Thoth as he defended the importance of writing. In 1994, the book of Thoth was released by American author and tarot card reader Arthur C. Crowley. The book explained the philosophy of Egyptian card reading and provided a comprehensive overview of the practice. The first month of the Coptic calendar, known as Thoth, was named after Thoth. In Neil Gaiman's American Gods, Thoth was depicted as a character known as Mr. Ibis. He worked with Jekyll, who was a funeral director, in a nod to his role as a judge of the dead. As you can see, Thoth is one of those characters who has had a very important role to play, not only in ancient Egyptian mythology, but also in all its modern retellings, primarily because the role of Thoth was spread across so many different verticals, so that it becomes indispensable for us to tell a story about Egypt without referring to Thoth or Ra at some point of time. With this increased importance, his role in modern times as well in various retellings becomes important too. We will be looking at a lot more similar characters in the days to come. So until then, drop us a like, a subscribe, a follow. Tell us your friends, comments, which other mythology you would like us to add to the mix, and we will be happy to do so. So until next time, this is your host Nitin Nair signing out by reminding you once again that Mythlok is the home of mythology.